The intricate tapestry of modern democracy has, in recent years, been subject to a disruptive force that transcends geographical boundaries and challenges the very essence of informed decision-making and civic participation. At the heart of this disruption lies the shadowy activities orchestrated by Yevgeny Prigozhin, a figure whose actions have reverberated across the democratic landscape, leaving an indelible mark on both domestic and international political arenas. Known colloquially as Putin's chef, Prigozhin's impact on democracy is not confined to his culinary talents. Rather, it stems from his adept manipulation of information, technology, and power dynamics to unravel the fabric of democratic governance. The multifaceted nature of Prigozhin's activities becomes evident when scrutinizing his role in disinformation campaigns, cyber warfare, and support for authoritarian regimes. These undertakings extend far beyond a mere political maneuver. They reflect a systematic and calculated assault on the fundamental tenets of democracy. Through disinformation campaigns orchestrated by entities such as the Internet Research Agency, IRA, Prigozhin has weaponized social media platforms, capitalizing on their widespread reach and influence to sow discord, amplify societal divisions, and blur the lines between reality and fabrication. The consequences of these efforts are not confined to a solitary event. Rather, they have cast a long shadow over the integrity of electoral processes and public trust in institutions. Yet, Prigozhin's influence transcends the digital realm, as his alleged involvement in cyberattacks and hacking unveils a new dimension of his impact on democracy. From the hacking of political organizations during the 2016 United States presidential election to suspected cyber operations targeting key infrastructures, Prigozhin's footprint in the virtual world has ramifications that stretch beyond the immediate aftermath of any attack. These actions underscore the vulnerability of democratic societies to cyber threats and underscore the urgent need for bolstering cybersecurity measures while navigating the complexities of attributing responsibility across the evolving landscape of cyber warfare. Furthermore, Prigozhin's support for authoritarian regimes, channeled through ventures like the Wagner Group, amplifies the erosion of democratic principles on an international scale. The provision of military services to autocratic governments not only reinforces oppressive regimes but also dilutes international efforts to promote human rights, political freedom, and democratic governance. This alignment of interests between state-backed actors and those who challenge the very ideals that underpin democracy illuminates the interconnectedness of these challenges across geopolitical borders. The impact of Prigozhin's activities is not confined to discrete incidents or geographies. Rather, it resonates through the complex interplay of trust, disinformation, and power dynamics that define the modern democratic landscape. As the international community grapples with questions of attribution, countermeasures, and the preservation of democratic norms, a comprehensive examination of Prigozhin's influence provides a prism through which to dissect the intricate challenges facing democratic governance. By unraveling the threads of disinformation, cyber threats, and authoritarian collaboration woven into Prigozhin's actions, we can better comprehend the evolving contours of democracy and chart a course toward fortifying its foundations against emerging threats. Prigozhin's activities have had a significant impact on democracy, both domestically within Russia and internationally, through his involvement in various disinformation campaigns, cyberattacks, and support for authoritarian regimes. Yevgeny Prigozhin, often referred to as Putin's chef due to his close ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin, has used his resources and expertise to undermine democratic processes and spread misinformation to achieve his political and economic goals. Disinformation campaigns. Prigozhin's most notorious impact on democracy lies in his orchestration of disinformation campaigns. His organization, the Internet Research Agency, IRA, has been responsible for spreading fake news, propaganda, and divisive content across social media platforms. The IRA's activities were particularly evident during the 2016 United States presidential election, where it aimed to sow discord, amplify political polarization, and undermine public trust in democratic institutions. By exploiting the openness and reach of online platforms, these campaigns have eroded the credibility of information sources and made it difficult for citizens to distinguish between factual news and disinformation. Cyberattacks and hacking. Prigozhin's involvement in cyberattacks and hacking has further eroded democratic norms. He has been linked to various cyber operations, including the hacking of political organizations and individuals. For instance, the alleged involvement of Prigozhin's group in hacking the Democratic National Committee, DNC, in 2016 not only raised concerns about the security of electoral systems but also highlighted the potential for foreign actors to influence the democratic processes of other countries through cyber means. Support for authoritarian regimes. Beyond influencing elections, Prigozhin has supported authoritarian regimes in Africa and the Middle East. Through his private military company, Wagner Group, he has provided military and security services to governments that often suppress dissent and curtail democratic freedoms. This has not only propped up autocratic regimes but has also challenged efforts to promote human rights and democratic governance in these regions. Diminished trust in democratic institutions. Prigozhin's activities have contributed to a decline in public trust in democratic institutions. By exploiting vulnerabilities in information dissemination and utilizing advanced technologies, his campaigns have fueled skepticism about the integrity of elections, the impartiality of media, and the transparency of political processes. The erosion of trust can undermine the functioning of democratic societies, making it harder for citizens to make informed decisions and hold their governments accountable. International norms and rule of law. Prigozhin's actions have highlighted challenges in enforcing international norms and rule of law in the digital age. The transnational nature of cyber operations and disinformation campaigns complicates efforts to attribute responsibility and hold actors accountable. This has led to debates about the need for international agreements and regulations to address state-sponsored cyber threats and information warfare. Countermeasures and resilience. In response to Prigozhin's activities, many democratic countries have taken steps to improve their resilience against disinformation campaigns and cyber threats. Governments, tech companies, and civil society organizations have collaborated to identify and counter fake news, enhance cybersecurity, and promote digital literacy among citizens. These efforts aim to mitigate the impact of information manipulation on democratic processes. In conclusion, Yevgeny Prigozhin's activities have had far-reaching and concerning impacts on democracy. Through disinformation campaigns, cyberattacks, and support for authoritarian regimes, he has contributed to the erosion of trust in democratic institutions, both domestically and internationally. Addressing these challenges requires a coordinated and multifaceted approach that combines technological innovation, international cooperation, and a commitment to upholding democratic values and norms.